to us about mentorship.
I remember one of my greatest mentors is my former boss. I had graduated from this program, this management program, and I said, okay, I guess it's time for me to go out and get a management position. And I did. I got one in the mayor's office. And then I said, but I think I'm scared. And she said, no, you're going.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I was being kicked out, but had she not done that, I would have stayed in my position.
Your comfortable spot.
My comfortable spot, getting a great check, doing some great work. But had it not been for her, and I remember that day, I mean, I was sobbing in her office. And she said, you have to go. I was like, no, I don't think I'm ready. And she said, you're ready and you need to go. And had it not been for her, I don't think I would have had the guts to do a lot of things. Now, my parents put a lot of foundation in me, but from the professional perspective, when you're scared of rejection and all of those other things, I have this person that's really telling me, you can
respect.
Do. Absolutely. I have a veteran telling me that I can do these things, and I valued her opinion. And so just the art of being mentored is phenomenal, but it's also important to really pick your mentors, to choose the energy that you allow to hit you, and to make sure that person is someone that you can look at them and say, there's some value there. I have some virtual mentors. They have no idea that they're my mentors. They have no idea, but I concentrate on the words and their actions and the things that they put out there, because it's so beneficial to me. And the barefoot wine, everybody knows. I will travel to see them. I will read their book over and over again. It's highlighted and ripped and all these things. But I think there's so much value that I'm getting from two people that created the #1 wine brand in the United States and had never been in the wine business at all. I think there's something that I can get from them that's may not be equally as transferable that people see, but the nuggets that they provide
is transferable,
for any business owner.
Let's talk about the Giving Blueprint.
My baby.
Because it's such an amazing concept, and you do such an amazing job helping, charitable organizations that really want to inspire, impact, and grow so they can help more people. So, I kind of figured what inspired that, and you all probably can tell just by her information that she shared thus far. But tell us, a little bit about, what you all do for charitable organizations and what inspired it.
This is the story of how your business is always going to be evolving. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I had already been consulting with nonprofit organizations. I had walked away from a job. I had some money saved. And my former boss, who is a retired football player, Pro Football Hall of Famer actually, called me 2 weeks into my post-employment time frame and said, I heard you quit your job. And I said, yeah. And he said, how much is it going to cost me to fly you back up here, back and forth, to help me with one of his for-profit companies, not even nonprofit. And so I gave him a rate. He said I need to talk to his CFO, and that really is how the Giving Blueprint started, because after that 3-month span, I then went back to helping him on the nonprofit side. And of all of my jobs that I've had, working for him has been the most rewarding, because what I saw was a professional athlete that loved community and people so much that he used his platform as a football player and as a celebrity to elevate the work that needs to be done in the community. And so the Giving Blueprint was birthed out of that. And the goal originally was simply to work with professional athletes or other public figures and encourage them to use their voice, their time, their talent, and their financial resources to benefit existing nonprofits rather than them creating their own. But what happened as a result of that is nonprofits started coming asking me, well, how do I get an athlete? And how do I get someone to come and support our nonprofit? And then I had to be real with them and say, you're not there yet. Your house is not in order. You're not transparent enough. And so they said, can you help me? And I would keep going, no. Because now I'm a for-profit person. I'm like, that's not really going to work. But what has evolved is that they did need the help. And so I had to find a way to really support nonprofits. So now the Giving Blueprint has evolved into an organization with a 3-part mission. We are still for-profit, and it is to inspire public figures to be charitable, and inspire them to be philanthropists in ways that they did not know exist, to serve nonprofit organizations and help them to become more sustainable and be able to scale their organizations and to grow. And that's to grow the next legion of nonprofit leaders, whether it's the people that are going towards their second career in life, or the millennials that are trying to get in. So I'm not looking to place people in internship. I'm looking to train the next executive director. I want the 19-year-old that wants to lead a nonprofit. Those are the people that I work with now. And so we are looking at the totality of a nonprofit organization and how we help. But the goal really is to benefit nonprofit organizations, to recognize the charitable giving community, to recognize that 10% of the workforce in our country comes from nonprofit jobs. And when we talk about jobs aren't there, they are there, and we want to make sure that we are impacting that 10% that we love, that we know need to remain.
All right, Kim, so can you tell us why you think that a woman who is, creating this business plan, she really needs to consider adding, giving, to that plan?
So it's two-part. This is a two-part answer, and it kind of goes back to my former boss, Pro Football Hall of Famer Darryl Green. And there's a quote in the office. He's part of the board for the Greater Washington Sports Alliance, and there's a quote on the wall from him. And it says, if you are a businessman and giving is not part of your business plan, you need to revisit why you're in business. And because he's so influential, to me and the type of work that I'm doing, my personal mantra is service to others is a part of life, and involvement is not an option. And I don't believe that we can walk through this thing called life and not serve other people. I don't care what the service is, but we all need to do that to be reminded that compassion is the core of what we all do in life. And I don't think that, I don't want people to get confused and think that I mean give their services away pro bono as an entrepreneur. That's not what I was thinking about. If that's what you choose to do, fine. But I do think we all need to find something that we can do, that we can just give, because it adds to who we are based on character. It adds to how people view us. And at the end of the day, it's just a good doggone feeling. You get so much more from service than you give out. I give a lot to a lot of people. But when I see, especially when I see my mentees shine, it's a feeling you can't even imagine. I have one that I just found out a few weeks ago that she got a promotion, or new job rather, to one of the top financial companies in the country. I was celebrating probably more than she was at that time that she told me, and yesterday was her first day. And I sent her a text, and I'm like, check in. Because to watch people that you
grow and develop,
it's an amazing feeling. And it, even on the days when it might not be my greatest day, that fuels me, because I know that she's paying attention to me. I know that they're all paying attention to me, and it fuels me to say, if they saw the value in me and I see the value in them, I have to keep going, because if that's pushing them, it's going to push me.
And I'm going to reiterate what she said, her little quote, because I actually heard her stated on the Huffington Post when you were featured a couple of weeks ago. Service to others is a part of life, and our involvement in it is not an option.
No.
We don't get that.
We don't get that option. You can argue with me all day long on whether or not it's an option. It's not an option.
It's not an option. And I think, going even deeper, if you are a woman in business and giving is not a part of your blueprint or your plan, then you're not only doing a disservice to your business, you're doing a disservice to the good that has been put in you to serve others. And I just think that if you really want to blossom, look at some of the most successful companies out there.
Yeah.
Apple, for instance.
Yeah.
He spent, Steve Jobs had to spend an enormous amount of time just thinking about how much value he could create, how much could he give to the consumer. And so that had to be a part of his plan.
Yeah.
So we're coming to a final point in
Alrighty,
our conversation. I hope that you all have enjoyed all of the great insight.
Yeah.
But Kim, I just have to ask, because I get a little excited when I'm around people who understand that you have to get pissed off for greatness.
Yes.
Can you talk about what keeps you motivated? We talked about focus in the beginning. What is one or two things that you do? I know you do your meditation, but I'm talking about, what do you do, like if you need an instant boost? What is something you do to keep yourself self-motivated when it's like...
I don't know if I should be saying this. I am such a hip-hop junkie.
We love transparency.
Yeah,
so
I am such a hip-hop junkie.
Yeah.
And I am an old school hip-hop junkie. And on any given day, you can hear me quoting hip-hop lyrics in my regular day-to-day talk. But when I need that boost, there are certain artists that automatically go on top all the way up, and I just dance it out.
Yeah.
I rap it out, whatever it takes.
Yes.
Because and part of that is hip hop is part of what defines me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a New Yorker,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And I'm an 80s kid. And so in terms of growing up in the 80s, and the music and the messaging and the heart that came through it is what keeps me going.
Yes.
And so I am that hip hop entrepreneur. I am the one that gets excited when I see Puffy, you know, making, and he's still Puffy to me.
Yeah.
You know, he's not P. Diddy, all that stuff. But when you see those guys break these barriers, that I don't care what you think about them. But when we look at a Dr. Dre and a Puffy and a Jay-Z, all within right now, because Beats by Dre has not officially been sold. Yeah. So Puffy is within $300 million of being a billionaire. I pay attention to this stuff. Jay-Z and Dr. Dre right now today are within $500,000 of being billionaires. These are people that took just this craft that they were doing and figured out how to monetize it. Yeah. And so the music does something for me that makes me remember why I'm doing this. You know, that it's my inspiration, it's my guide, you know, and at the end of the day, when it's not that, when I'm just in a rut, when I mean a rut, when I'm low, I mean low. When it's not just about turning on the music, you know, I go to what I know, and that's the word. And I'm very spiritual, so I'm talking about hip hop on one end and the Lord on the other. But those are my anchors. You know, that guides me. And then anybody that knows me knows my parents and my brother. Those are my other anchors.
We want to leave with you today to be inspired by today's Monday mentor, who shared so many great pieces of information to help you on all different levels. Kim, can you please just share with our audience how they can get connected with you beyond this this conversation?
Sure. So I'm all over personally on social media. Everything is just Kim Online. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and then my biography is under KimberlyO'Neil.com, and that's Kimberly KimberlyOneil.com. And then my company Giving Blueprint is again all through social media, Giving Blueprint, and on the website is as well. It's GivingBlueprint.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon.
We'll see you guys next time.